Yo, what's going on, guys? I'm back with another Delta Force guide video, and today we're breaking down the best loadouts for each subclass in the game with Assault, Support, Engineer, and Recon. So you can literally be the best in every warfare match, no matter what class you're playing as. So if you're playing as Assault, Support, Engineer, or Recon, I got you. I'm going to cover probably the best weapons, mods, gadgets, and tips for each class. So if you're new or if you're experienced and looking for the most optimized play guide, I've got you. And let's go. So for assault, you guys can see I'm sat on Viren right now. So basically, the best. Um, well, before I give you the best loadout, I'm gonna give you guys a rundown. Assault is the backbone of literally every other game. You're versatile. You're gonna be quick, and you're like the perfect overall just matched player for pushing objectives and rushing players. And the best primary in the game, in my personal opinion, is the M4. This is probably, without a doubt, the best gun in the game. I'll show you guys some firing range gameplay. This gun is so good with consistent damage, and it doesn't have a lot of recoil. I'll link this gun build down in the comments or in the description. I'll link this gun build. It's works magic as the assault class. It's pretty good. I love it. It's my go-to on primary. And this one's going to shock a lot of people. My second favorite assault weapon is the QBZ. And the reason why is because I have a build for this gun that, I mean, you're seeing it right now. This thing is insane. It's got 30 rounds, but it hits. And it's not even done. It's done built, but it's insane. Like, you're not going to find a gun that's much better than this thing in a lot of different places. Like, this thing it's up there in the best meta class guns. It's my second favorite gun. It shoots well. It's pretty smooth. And honestly, it's my second recommendation if you're going to play as assault. Secondary weapon, I like to keep a quick pull out, just fully automatic or burst weapon that I can use to recover if my AR is out of ammo. I use the 93R because it's probably the most efficient, because when it comes to recoil control, you're not just full autoing into the air like the Glock 18. So I main this as my secondary 93R. I'll have that build linked in the comments. I keep saying comments, I mean pinned in the description. And then the Glock 18, this thing's otherworld. I mean, like, if you just look at this gun when I shoot, you see the recoil. It does only take 7 bullets, though, to get a kill in, but it's definitely the most uncontrollable secondary for assault, if I'm being honest. For the melee weapon, this is genuinely personal preference for literally every other gun. I don't ever use melee. For the class gadget, though, I use healing syringe because my main goal when I'm playing as the assault is so I can rush objectives and lead the charge for my team. And if I'm taking constant bullets and I have to keep getting behind coverage and wait 15 seconds before my health all the way refreshes to full, I'm not going to want to do that. So I use the healing syringe so I can just get a stim and keep pushing forward while gaining health. So there's also the high explosive grenade launcher if you're about pushing if you're about pushing different command posts. You can just literally yeet these in there and you'll get like a calm 10 kills out of it. So, and then as for tips on assault, I don't typically overextend without having cover behind me. So I want to keep like an eye out, and I want to make sure that I have cover behind me and in front of me. So if I'm getting shot at by a group of 4 or 5 people and pushing an objective, I want to be able to just sort of get out of there and, use a healing syringe or help a teammate out with, just literally anything. I want to be able to have cover behind me so that way because obviously assault, engineer, recon, support, they're not going to have fast regen times unless you have a health like boosting thing. So that's why I keep the healing syringe, and I don't want to play without cover when I'm using assault. The other thing is I use high ground. So the reason I use high ground when using assault is mainly to reset a fight. So if I'm losing a fight as an assault, I will find the nearest high point and I will go up there and stay up there to reset the fight and prove that I'm assertive in the position to where I can peek around and get my guns blazing and do damage. That's why I go to high ground, if I'm being genuinely honest. But I main assault. This is the most category I have the most knowledge with. I play this every game, and I sometimes switch to recon and support. I would say I've spent the majority of my time playing as Viren on assault. Now for support. The operator here, I mean, there's not really a difference. I use Stinger. I haven't really touched the operator here. But the overview of the support class is just basically the medic of the group. So if your main goal is to be the team player, I definitely recommend using Stinger under the support class, because if you're not going to end up reviving with the revive gun that you got there, the Hive Tech pistol, you're going to be laying down in a group of people in close range fire, and that's why the two main guns that I'm not going to use rifles here. Okay, these are not going to be the ideal weapons. I use SMGs and shotgun. And there's 4 SMGs that you can truthfully choose from to be efficient with. I main the SMG 45. The MP5 is good, and the P90 is good, and so is the MP7. Vector, there's not really a bad SMG in this class, if I'm being seriously honest with you, besides maybe the Bison. The Vector's really good. I main the SMG 45. This is just what I built to. Here's me shooting the SMG 45. It's just, I built this gun to shoot smooth. I can kill people from upwards of 100 meters with this thing. It's just the main gun that I would recommend if you're going to play as support. There's also the MP7. This is a really good gun. I built this more of an AR, but I mean, this thing is insane. I mean, it speaks for itself. And then the P90 and the P90 and the MP5 and they're both pretty self-explanatory, both pretty good. So basically, the secondary weapon here, I like to keep the 93R. You can also go with like a quick, just pull out punch gun. So if you want to use the Desert Eagle, and if you run out of ammo, but you've hit him. So like you're going here and you're like, oh, hold up, how many bullets was that? Hold on. So 40. If you hit him with 3 bullets, and then you're like, oh shoot, I ran out of ammo, and then you just pop them with the Desert Eagle. So, I mean, it's personal preference. Like I said, secondary is not a huge part of the game. So I typically go with the 93R, just overall balanced gun. The controls, handling, stability are pretty decent. So that's what I main for most of my classes. So the best gadget. When I'm playing support, I want to be a team player. So I'm going to carry either the ammo crate or the smoke grenade launcher. And the reason why these two are the main that I prioritize, the ammo crate, if you're laying down, like I said earlier, in a close quarter combat at an objective and there's other kids pushing you, what I do is I'll set down the ammo crate so that my teammates, if they're running low on ammo, they can come over here, they can grab more ammo, replenish, and we can just keep fending the team off. And the only other reason I would recommend using smoke grenade is solely based on reviving. So if you're playing as a combat, I recommend using ammo crate. And if you're playing as a revive specialist, I go with smoke grenades. So you can just shoot this out real quick on the objective, revive your teammates that are down, and you continue to fend off the teams that are pushing. So, like I said, the operator, again, it's up to you on this, but I prefer him. I don't really notice a huge difference. Smoke screen's really good, and so is the Hive Tech smoke grenade. And then just some tips for support. If you're gonna play as support, you're gonna want to revive from cover. You're not just gonna stand out there and, in the open, pull out the Hive Tech pistol and just spam, try to revive your teammates. He's going to get you killed. That's why if you're going to play as the revive, I recommend going to smoke, because it's kind of a artificial covering that's going to help you become invisible to the other teammates unless they get a recon scan out there, which is going to show when your position is when you're moving, and if you're reviving in the middle of that, it's a whole situation. It's not fun. So as for weapon recommendations, shotguns are also pretty good if you're one of the people that wants to stay in close quarters. The M870, in my opinion, is the best. But then there's also the 725 double barrel. This does the most damage. It's pretty good. I just don't like that it has two rounds. The M870, this thing has 6 rounds, so you can just be close quarter combats. You can be like, and the damage on this thing is ridiculous. So I prefer the M870, but I don't really use shotguns that much. This thing is very slept on, though. The M870 is very slept on. This is, I believe, in my rankings, this is a top 20 gun in the game. That's personal. So, I mean, it's whatever you want. I run SMGs when I'm playing as support. It's up to you. But this is just the main basics for support and assault, and we're just going to move on to engineer, because there's not much in support that you really need to know. So, when it comes to engineer, you're the sort of heavy player, right? So you're going to be in the middle of the pack. I mean, you're going to come with an LMG, a shotgun, a rifle, a marksman rifle. You're going to be the brute of the group, in other words. And the best primary, I don't think it's a question at this point. It's the M250. This gun is so ridiculously stupid. It's broken, it does insane damage, and the fire rate's pretty good. I think this is the best. This thing needs nerfed so bad. The amount of times I die to this, tanks, and anti-tank vehicles, it's ridiculous. I've died to the M250 a plethora of times, to not say that this is the best gun in the LMG class or engineer class in general. If you're playing and you don't have the M250, like you see, I don't have it here, I would recommend going with the M249. This is another pretty good one. If you are able to put enough XP tokens into this thing and get it to a high enough level, you can build this thing into a pretty good hitting weapon. You can see there, it has a lot of recoil, but it's an LMG, so you'd expect that. So yeah, I mean, I don't think there's a secondary request here besides the M250. It's just that good. Now, if you don't want to be weird and camp and sit with an LMG the whole game, I recommend going with the G3. The G3 is so balanced. It's got good firepower, it does good damage, and it's got good recoil control. So this is just, if I'm ever playing engineer, I use the G3. So secondaries, I don't know why I had the G18 equipped for here. I use the revolver when it comes to this, because if I'm using the, I don't know, I got 30 rounds in this thing. If I'm like, oh shoot, I only have 1 bullet, and you just finish them with this. So, again, secondary weapons aren't a huge part of the gameplay in this, but if you really are relying on your secondary weapon, 357 is pretty good. The class gadget, here's where things get interesting. Engineer has the most unbelievable amount of gadgets that you can select from. You can get the frickin' anti-tank mine, the active denial system, a flamethrower, a javelin launcher, a stinger launcher, EMP launcher, wire-guided missile launcher, and an AT-4 launcher. I don't ever play as engineer, so correct me if I'm wrong. Come in the comments if you main as an engineer. Let me know which class gadget you run. I've only ever stuck with the AT-4. I'm sure the wire-guided missile launcher is good. I bet the flamethrower is good, and I also bet that this thing, the stinger launcher, is insane too, because this is good for aircraft. I don't ever use my rocket launchers. I use AT-4 sometimes if I'm trying to capture a objective, but like I said, I'm not taking lead charge if I'm running as an engineer. I'm saving that for this boy over here. Why is it set as Tempest? Okay, so basically, and I don't know much about engineer, but what I can say for some tips, I set up in a power position. I mean, you're gonna want to be able to have a good amount of authority over the enemies, because these guns in this class they do so much damage to not be, in an authoritative position. The LMGs, like I said, the M250, don't run it. Like, run it if you have it. It's goated. This thing, it literally is the best defensive weapon in the game, and it's so good at suppressing fights, it's actually not even funny. So, if you're gonna use engineer and you have the M250 unlocked, I don't know why you wouldn't use it. And if you're not gonna use it, then use the G3. Personally, Recon. This is my second most played. This is my second most played class for warfare. This is gonna be the people who absolutely have aimbot from 400 meters away. This is gonna be the stealth people, and this is gonna be the precision people. The best sniper in the game, obviously, we all know it. The AWM. This is the best sniper in the game. Ridiculous range. Like, if you come down here to details, and we're gonna come to, where is it? Where is it? I don't know where it tells you your range, but it's got like 1,200 meters per second muzzle. Ridiculous. So basically, use this, and if you're a little sneaky boy, the SR9 is pretty good. The SVD is okay, and the Mini 14. And the only reason I'm recommending this is because you can do a little something like this. Oh, this isn't the right one, is it? It's not. The Mini 14. Did they get rid of it? Oh my, they got rid of it. It's not auto anymore. Oh, that's crazy, because the Mini 14 used to be in full auto weapon. That's crazy. Okay. So, if you're using Recon, go with the AWM. If you're not level 35, then use an alternative like the SV98. This thing shoots really fast, actually. The fire rate is pretty good on here. Like, the reach chamber speed's pretty good. So, yeah. I would go with the AWM, and if you don't have the AWM, just slap the SV98 on there. As for secondary weapons, use the 50 cal or the 357 revolver, because they're both decent from range. I mean, look at this. You can literally turn this thing. You can literally turn the 357 into a sniper. If you put the sniper rear grip on, and the Zephyr long barrel, or this barrel, you put the Purifica pistol suppressor and the M157 control. Look at this. Like, what is this? Like, the fact that this exists is really annoying. So, if you want two snipers, do that. Use the 50 cal as well. So, I mean, it genuinely does not matter. As for class gadgets, I use the respawn beacon because I will literally sit at a point with a sniper. I will mark enemies, place the respawn beacon down for if I die, and if I die, I'll come back. I'll have the enemy marked, and I'll just shoot it. And if you want, when you're using Recon, you can take an SMG, run the SMG 45, run the 93R, and take the respawn beacon. And I kid you not, run in there with a respawn beacon, spray everybody out of the room that you're going to place the respawn beacon, and place it down, and create a whole army of your team. Take down, cash the objective out, and it's money. Tips for Recon, again, as I play it as the second most, change positions. If the biggest mistake people make when they play Recon is they'll sit there with the sniper, and they'll sit in the same spot the whole time. People go to different objectives. That's the number one reason. And people get, when you die, you get a highlight of the player that killed you, where they are. If you're sitting in the same spot, you're going to get killed. I'm telling you. What I do is I like to go 5 kills in one spot, switch spots to the next objective. And I camp like 100, 200 meters out, and I'll get 5 kills and go to the other objective. Or I'll move around at the same objective. So, like I said, just change positions and stay in your cover. Don't be the kid with the AWM that is standing in the middle of the desert shooting crap. Go behind a mountain, find a tree, lay down, go prone. All you have to do is click Z on keyboard and mouse and sit there and just stay aimed in. And you can move around if you want. Just don't be the kid that stands in the middle of the desert standing up like, where the people at? Where the people at? Don't be that kid. Just stay behind cover. I'm telling you, it's the one thing you don't want to mess up. You're gonna want to stay behind cover. But like basically, that just wraps it up. If you're playing assault, you're the all-around player. You got the good rifles, you got good secondaries, you got good SMGs, or just if you're using assault, you want to be the all-around player. If you're gonna play support, you're gonna be a close-range medic. You're gonna be using your SMGs and you're gonna be reviving people. So use that smoke grenade. If you're the engineer, you're gonna be heavy suppressor, so you're gonna want to use LMGs and explosives. The what is it called? I forget what it's called. Sonic paralysis is also pretty good to use when you're in a crowded area. But I mean, and then Recon, you're gonna be the long range dominator. You're gonna be sitting back with the AWM, the best ranged gun in the game, and you're just gonna be stealthing, sniping people out. It's ridiculous. So drop a comment down below what your main class is in Delta Force, and I'm curious to see what you guys like to run. And if this helped you out, hit the like button and subscribe because I've got more Delta Force content dropping every single week. Guides, updates, and more gameplays. And thank you guys for watching. And I'll see you guys in the next one.